I liked reading your essay, and it was fun reading since I had been to some of those places too.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you get my pictures?
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah, I've never been to Chau Doc, but I've been to the forest and I've been to the floating market. You have to get up very early in the morning to go to the floating market.
Yes.
We got up and it was still dark and the sun came up while we were going, but it was very fun. We ate at a restaurant near the river, and make uh, they make rice paper there. And so we saw them making it and then how they roll it out and how they dry it. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Would you like to read your essay for me and we'll go over?
Yes, of course. Today I would like to share with you about my trip of going back to my mother's hometown. On the trip, I went with my grandmother, parents, and my elder brother. We went to Chau Doc, a city of An Giang province, and then we moved to Can Tho city. First, we were ready to leave at 9 p.m. on Friday so that we could arrive in Chau Doc as soon as possible. It took us about 7 hours to reach there. Therefore, we arrived there at 4 a.m. In Chau Doc, we visited Baijusu Temple and tried some local dishes. After that, we went to visit Treasure Forest. Treasure Forest is the most famous water forest in An Giang. It was very fun to visit this forest because it was the first time I had been in a water forest like that by boat. Next, we went to my grandmother's house to visit her for 2 hours. Later, we went to Can Tho City. While we were going there, we went to a restaurant to eat silk cakes and cupcakes. They were very delicious. When we were there, we visited many famous places. In the evening, we went around and to park to discover some things. The next morning, we went to Garang floating market and have breakfast on a boat. It was very fantastic to try a new way of eating. At the floating market, we went shopping on some local people houses to buy some specialties. After that, we went to Karen's market to buy some kids and home tools. Then we went back to Ho Chi Minh City. While we were going back there, we tried some foods which are really delicious. It takes 4 hours to go back Ho Chi Minh City. In Ho Chi Minh City, we were really hungry, so we decided to buy 2 BBQ chickens to eat. We had to go back early because my elder brother had an important class. He couldn't miss it. However, I spent fun time with my families, and that's my trip back to my mother's hometown. I really love my mother's hometown. I hope I can have more time to travel there again.
Very good. So, when in the first sentence you had written, "Today I would like to share you," but you have to say, "I would like to share with you," okay? You need to put that word in. And when in the second paragraph, how did you go? Did you drive or did you go by bus?
My father flies us to there.
Very good. That's a long drive, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. And you said it took us about 7 hours to reach to there, but all you have to say is to reach there. You don't need the other two, okay?
Okay.
And then you can say, therefore we arrived instead of came. Okay. And then it was very fun to visit this forest because it was the first time I had been in a water forest, or you could say it was my first time in a water forest. but you wouldn't use my first time I had been, okay? You either say it was the first time I had been or my first time in a or to go to a water forest, okay? Next we went and we visited, let's see, later we went to Can Tho City. You wouldn't have to say moved. It would be better to say we went or we drove or something like that, okay? And while we were going there, we went to a restaurant. What are those two things? Are they special? What is it called? Zao cake and hot cake? What
Yeah,
are they?
there are a local case which is very famous in Can Tho, and many people really like to eat them well when they back to Can Tho. And it made from coconuts, and uh, it has meat inside the cakes. Yeah.
Very good. Okay. And when the last thing, when you said on the next morning, all you have to do is say the next morning. Okay? You don't need to say on, but
Okay.
anyway, it was very good and very interesting. I liked the forest a lot. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw some birds and some different kind of birds and things in the trees. And then when we were there were ladies there who had made things and they were selling them.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that was very good. And then I said, when you see how you indented, that's called indent, the first paragraph. And if you do that, then on every one of your other paragraphs, you want to indent too, okay? If you don't indent, it's okay. You can space for every paragraph. But if you do the first one, then you want to do all the rest of them too. And you always want to make sure when you're typing, you put a space between the paragraphs. Like this one here. This is very good. But you needed to up here and here have a space too.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, your mother's hometown, is it Chau Doc?
Yes. A Chau Doc Penguin.
And that's where she grew up and went to school?
No.
It was just where she was born?
Yes.
Okay. And did anybody in your family ever live in Gata?
Uh, no. No one.
No. I like that city a lot. I always get to stay there for 2 weeks when I go, and I've seen many things, many of the cities around it. And we always go to the pier and eat at a restaurant somewhere by the water and watch things on the water.
Yeah.
When you go there at night, there's big karaoke boats.
Yes.
Did you
Yes.
see them? Yeah.
Yes.
And they can get very loud.
Yes.
The last time I was there and we saw them, they were very, very loud. Yes. Okay. Well, you did a very good job, and you know very well how to write essays because you start out, your first paragraph always tells, it gives the subject, and then you end it in the last paragraph, and you give very good information. So I like reading your essays.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, and we will meet tomorrow and talk about your questions and talk about the book.
Okay.
Okay, I will see you then.
Yeah. I will see
Bye.
you then. Bye.